immigrants fill more jobs than Britons since COVID. And I've been puzzling over this article for 2 days now. It was published in the Times on Monday, August the 12th, 2024. And wait for this, right? The figures say that between December 2019 and December 2023, 1,481,000 more jobs were created in the UK, or what they're calling now employments. Okay, almost 1.5 million more employments were created in the UK. But here's the puzzling thing. Of this number, only 257,000 were taken up by actual UK citizens. Of the rest, we're told, quote, the biggest growth in employments in absolute terms were among nationals of India, 488,000, Nigeria, 279,000, Pakistan, 101,000, and Ghana, 55,000. There were also 175,600 more employments held by people from unspecified other non-EU countries. Now, given that the number of UK citizens is a relatively fixed number, and given that the number of potential Indians and Nigerians and Pakistanis and Ghanaians and people from the rest of the world are virtually limitless, then does this really mean that if there had been no immigrants from outside the UK, then we would have had 1,224,000 job shortages, 1,224,000 vacancies? Or is it really the case that the more immigrants who come in, then the more jobs are created for those immigrants themselves? That must be what's happening. And we looked at an old article which we wrote called Why We Don't Need Immigration to Fill Vacancies. And we'll send that out on the links as well this evening. And what we did there was we quoted the House of Lords Select Committee on Economic Affairs in their report called The Economic Impact of Immigration. That was a report they made in 2008. And in it they said, quote, rising immigration has not resulted in a decline of vacancies because the number of jobs in an economy is not fixed. Immigration increases both the supply of labour and over time the demand for labour, thus creating new vacancies. As William Simpson of the CBI explained, quote, immigrants do not just plug existing holes in the labour market, they create new demands for products and services which are already available, but also those that cater to the immigrant population. So this will, in a dynamic economy, lead to creating new vacancies, close quote, as companies seek to recruit more employees to increase production to meet this extra demand. And it concludes, in other words, because immigration expands the overall economy, it cannot be expected to be an effective policy tool for significantly reducing vacancies. Vacancies are, to a certain extent, a sign of a healthy labour market and economy. They cannot be a good reason for encouraging large-scale labour immigration. So the point here is that more immigration just leads to more immigration, which just leads to more immigration, which just leads to more immigration, because new people create their own new demand for goods and services ad infinitum. You don't need immigration to fill vacancies. Immigration creates new vacancies of its own. That's the only way you can explain that there was almost 1.5 million new jobs between 2019 and 2023, but only around about 250,000 of them were actually taken by British citizens.